Have you ever looked at someone successful and asked yourself, why them? Why not me? Why do some people build businesses, change their lives, and achieve extraordinary things while millions of others remain stuck in the same place year after year? Is it luck? Is it talent? Is it because they were born different? No. The difference is much simpler and much harder to accept. Successful people are willing to take risks. Most people aren't. And that's why most people never experience extraordinary success. Because the truth is simple. No risk, no money. No risk, no growth. No risk, no opportunity. No risk, no reward. Every dream has a price. Every success story has a cost. And that cost is uncertainty. But here's the problem. Human beings naturally seek comfort. We want guarantees. We want security. We want certainty. We want success without failure. We want rewards without sacrifice. We want victory without struggle. But life doesn't work that way. Life rewards courage, not comfort. Think about it. If you plant a seed, you don't get a tree overnight. The seed first disappears into the darkness. It breaks apart. It struggles beneath the soil. Only then does it begin to grow. Success is exactly the same. Before greatness comes uncertainty. Before rewards come risks. Before victories come sacrifices. Yet most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid discomfort. They stay inside familiar routines. They settle for average jobs they hate. They bury their dreams because they're afraid of failing. They tell themselves, maybe next year, when I have more money, when I have more experience, when everything is perfect. But perfection never arrives. And while they're waiting, time keeps moving. Years pass. Dreams fade. Regrets grow. One day they wake up and wonder what happened to the life they once imagined. Not because they weren't capable, but because fear convinced them to stay where they were. Fear is a strange thing. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. It says, be careful. Don't embarrass yourself. What if you fail? What will people think? What if you lose everything? And slowly, without realizing it, people become prisoners of their own doubts. But here's something nobody talks about. Fear never disappears. Even successful people feel afraid. Entrepreneurs feel afraid. Athletes feel afraid. Leaders feel afraid. Millionaires feel afraid. The difference is not that they have no fear. The difference is that they don't let fear make their decisions. Because they understand something most people don't. Fear is temporary. Regret lasts forever. Imagine yourself 20 years from now. Picture two versions of yourself. The first version played it safe. Never took chances. Never chased dreams. Never started that business. Never changed careers. Never stepped outside the comfort zone. Everything was safe. Everything was predictable. But deep inside, something is missing. Because that version of you spent an entire lifetime wondering, what if? What if I had tried? What if I had believed in myself? What if I had taken that opportunity? Now imagine the second version. That person failed, made mistakes, lost money, faced criticism, experienced setbacks, but kept moving. kept learning, kept growing, and eventually built a life worth living. Which version would you rather become? Because one thing is certain: pain is unavoidable. You'll either experience the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And regret is far heavier. The saddest thing in life isn't failure. The saddest thing is potential that was never used, dreams that were never pursued, talents that were never discovered, ideas that died inside someone's mind because fear was stronger than faith. Look around. Every invention, every company, every success story, every achievement you admire today exists because someone was willing to take a chance. Someone was willing to be uncomfortable. Someone was willing to fail. Imagine if they had chosen safety instead. Imagine if they listened to everyone who said, "It's impossible." Be realistic. Don't dream too big. Stay where you are. The world would be completely different. Because progress belongs to people who dare, not people who hide. Understand this. Nobody becomes rich by avoiding opportunities. Nobody becomes great by staying comfortable. Nobody discovers their potential by doing only what feels safe. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. That's where confidence is built. That's where character is forged. That's where success begins. But society teaches the opposite. It teaches people to avoid mistakes, avoid risks, avoid failure, avoid rejection, avoid uncertainty. Yet everything worthwhile in life requires uncertainty. Love requires risk. Business requires risk. Dreams require risk. Success requires risk. Even waking up every morning is a risk because tomorrow is never guaranteed. So if risk is unavoidable, why not take risks that can change your life? Why spend your entire existence protecting yourself from failure while also protecting yourself from success? Because that's exactly what happens. When people avoid risks, they don't just avoid pain. They avoid possibilities. They avoid opportunities. They avoid growth. They avoid greatness. And eventually, they avoid becoming who they were meant to be. The truth is, nobody knows the future. Nobody knows which opportunity will change everything. Nobody knows which decision will create a breakthrough. Nobody knows which moment will redefine their destiny. But one thing is certain: nothing changes if nothing changes. And if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. You cannot expect extraordinary results from ordinary decisions. You cannot expect abundance while refusing to take chances. You cannot expect a different life while repeating the same patterns. At some point, something has to change. And that change begins with a decision. A decision to stop waiting. A decision to stop hiding. A decision to stop letting fear control your future. Because deep inside, you already know. You were created for more. You were created for growth. You were created to build, to dream, to fight, to rise. Not to spend your entire life watching other people live the life you secretly want. Not to spend your years trapped by doubts. Not to die with your dreams still inside you. Because life rewards action, not excuses. And remember this: the biggest mistake you can make is believing that you have unlimited time. You don't. Nobody does. Time moves. Opportunities pass. Years disappear. And one day, life will ask you a simple question. Did you dare? Not, were you comfortable? Not, were you safe? Not, did everybody approve? No. Life only cares about one thing. Did you have the courage to try? Because in the end, failure isn't what destroys dreams. Fear does. And the biggest risk you can ever take is spending your entire life taking no risks at all. Part 2, the price of success. There is something that separates dreamers from achievers. It is not intelligence. It is not luck. It is not connections. It is not talent. It is the willingness to pay the price. Because everything valuable in life has a price. Success has a price. Freedom has a price. Wealth has a price. Growth has a price. And that price is called risk. The problem is that most people want the reward without paying the price. They want money without sacrifice, success without struggle, confidence without challenges, results without discipline. But life doesn't negotiate. Life doesn't hand out rewards to people who only wish. Life rewards those who act. Think about every successful person you've ever admired. Behind the beautiful cars, behind the expensive houses, behind the applause and admiration, there were sleepless nights, difficult decisions, failures, criticism, rejection, fear, and moments when giving up seemed easier. Yet they continued, not because the journey was easy, but because the dream was bigger than the pain. Most people are afraid of losing, but successful people understand something different. They know that losing money isn't the biggest loss. Losing time is, because money can be recovered. Opportunities can return. Skills can be learned. But time never comes back. That's why winners are willing to take chances. Because they understand that staying in the same place is also a risk. Playing safe is a risk. Doing nothing is a risk. Waiting forever is a risk. And sometimes, the greatest danger isn't failure. It's comfort. Look at Thomas Edison. Thousands of failures. Thousands of disappointments. Yet he never said, "I failed." Instead, he said, "I discovered thousands of ways that didn't work." Eventually, he changed the world. Look at Michael Jordan. Cut from his high school basketball team. Missed over 9,000 shots. Lost hundreds of games. But he kept showing up. And he became a legend. Look at Elon Musk. People laughed at him. Experts doubted him. His companies nearly collapsed. He lost billions. Faced criticism from every direction. Yet he kept moving forward. Because vision is stronger than fear. The truth is, success doesn't belong to the strongest. Success belongs to those who refuse to quit. People often think successful individuals are fearless. But that's not true. They are scared. They worry. They doubt themselves. Just like everyone else. The difference is simple. They act despite fear. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward while fear is standing beside you. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. Behind you is comfort, a safety, predictability, the life you've always known. In front of you lies uncertainty, growth, possibilities, a future nobody can guarantee. Most people step backward because backward feels safe. But extraordinary people step forward, not because they're certain, but because they understand that greatness lives on the other side of uncertainty. Every breakthrough begins with a leap. Every achievement begins with faith. Every dream begins with one decision. A decision to believe before seeing results. People will laugh. People will criticize. People will doubt you. Some will call you crazy. Some will tell you to be realistic. Some will remind you of your failures. But remember this: people who have never climbed mountains often have the strongest opinions about heights. Never allow small mind to determine the size of your dreams. Because average people are uncomfortable with extraordinary visions. They fear what they don't understand, and they criticize what they don't have the courage to pursue. There will be days when nothing makes sense, days when you feel exhausted, days when you question yourself, days when you wonder if the struggle is worth it. Those are the moments that define your future, because champions are not made when everything is easy. Champions are created in difficult moments, in lonely nights, in painful failures, in silent battles nobody sees. Success is built when nobody is watching. Always remember this: the seed must disappear underground before it becomes a tree. The caterpillar must struggle before becoming a butterfly. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and people become extraordinary through adversity. So don't hate the process. Trust it. Embrace it. Because pain is not your enemy. Sometimes pain is your teacher. Sometimes failure is your lesson. Sometimes rejection is your protection. And sometimes delays are preparing you for something greater. Never measure your life by today's results. Measure it by your willingness to continue. Because winners and losers often experience the same difficulties. The difference is that winners keep going, while others stop too soon. Remember, most people quit right before the breakthrough. Most people surrender right before success. Most people walk away when victory is only one more step ahead. Don't be one of them. Because one day, the sacrifices will make sense. The struggles will make sense. The sleepless nights will make sense. And you'll realize something beautiful. The risk was never the enemy. Fear was. And the moment you stopped listening to fear was the moment your life began to change. So take the chance. Start the business. Learn the skill. Take the first step. Face the uncertainty. Trust yourself. Because nothing extraordinary has ever been built by people who were waiting for guarantees. And remember this powerful truth: if you risk nothing, you gain nothing. You become nothing. And eventually, you regret everything. Part 3. The biggest risk is taking no risk. One day, your life will come down to a single question. Not how many excuses you made. Not how many times you played it safe. Not how many people approved of your decisions. But one question: did you have the courage to try? Because at the end of life, people rarely regret the risks they took. They regret the opportunities they ignored, the dreams they abandoned, the words they never said, the businesses they never started, the chances they were too afraid to take. And the truth is, Regret hurts far more than failure. Failure teaches. Failure builds character. Failure makes you stronger. But regret stays with you. Regret whispers in your mind for years. What if? What could have happened? What would my life look like if I had just believed in myself? And that pain is heavier than any temporary defeat. Many people spend their entire lives preparing to live. They wait for the perfect time. They wait for more money. They wait for more confidence. They wait for better circumstances. But life doesn't wait. Time doesn't wait. The world keeps moving. And while they are waiting, years disappear. Opportunities disappear. Dreams disappear. And eventually, they wake up wondering where all the time went. Because someday, later becomes never. Understand this. You don't need guarantees. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need everyone's approval. You don't need to know every answer. You just need enough courage to take the first step. Because clarity comes through action. Confidence comes through experience. Strength comes through struggle. And success comes through persistence. Nobody starts with certainty. Everyone starts with faith. Faith in themselves. Faith in their dreams. Faith that somehow, someway, things will work out. Think about the airplane. It takes off against the wind, not with it. Think about diamonds. They are created under pressure. Think about eagles. They fly highest during storms. And think about yourself. Maybe everything you've been through wasn't sent to destroy you. Maybe it was sent to prepare you. Maybe the struggles made you stronger. Maybe the failures made you wiser. Maybe the pain made you unstoppable. Because sometimes life breaks you, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you into someone greater. Stop doubting yourself. Stop waiting for permission. Stop asking whether you're good enough. You were never created to live a small life. You were never born to spend your days watching others achieve what you secretly dream about. You were created for more. More growth. More impact. More courage. More purpose. And more possibilities. But none of those things live inside your comfort zone. Everything you've ever wanted exists on the other side of fear. And fear only wins when you stop moving. Yes, you will fail. Yes, people will laugh. Yes, some plans won't work. Yes, you'll make mistakes. But so what? Failure isn't the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every champion failed. Every millionaire failed. Every great leader failed. Every successful entrepreneur failed. The difference is, they didn't stop. They kept showing up. They kept believing. They kept fighting. And eventually, life rewarded their persistence. Never underestimate the power of one decision. One decision can change everything. One book can change your mindset. One opportunity can change your future. 1 year of discipline can change your life. And one moment of courage can change your destiny forever. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't spend another year living below your potential. Because your dreams don't work unless you do. One day, 20 years from now, you'll look back at this chapter of your life. And you'll either say, "I'm grateful I tried," or you'll say, "I wish I had." Those 5 words, "I wish I had," have destroyed more dreams than failure ever will. Don't let them destroy yours. Because life is short, time is precious, and your potential is too valuable to waste. Remember this: ships are safe in the harbor, but ships were never built to stay there. And neither were you. You were built to explore. You were built to struggle. You were built to rise. You were built to create. You were built to become more than who you are today. So stop waiting. Stop hiding. Stop doubting. And start moving. Because the biggest risk in life is taking no risks at all. Take the chance. Start now. Trust yourself. Bet on yourself. Fight for your dreams. And never forget this truth: no risk, no money, no growth, no success. But if you have the courage to risk, you have the power to change your entire life. And sometimes, one decision, one moment, one chance can change everything. No risk, no money, but also no risk, no legacy,